we will be talking about a very special pair that has come back. It's come back after all these years. But the difference between the OG and these, like, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. On today's episode, we will be talking about a very special pair that has come back. It's come back after all these years. But before we get into that, let's go shopping.
That's a crazy shoe too. Oh, that's the De'Aaron Foxes, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, that's the two. Yeah, I saw the one when I was in the Philippines. No, when I was in Thailand. It's like 2003 again. Especially with the fake PlayStations.
$2025 doesn't seem real. If you're sort of my age, maybe a little bit younger, a little bit older, like I remember saying to... I remember when we used to say the year 2000, like, it just felt like a spaceship. I remember saying, as a joke, that my debut album with music would be released in 2020. And it never came out, so... Who's laughing now? I mean, it was meant to come out in 2015, so this year technically would be the 10-year anniversary, but, like... Being 2025, you got so many 10-year anniversaries, you got 15-year anniversaries, 30-year anniversaries, like, it's 30 years since the Bulldogs won in 1995. There's so many different anniversaries here, seeing things come back, it's such a special time, and for me, like, in terms of sneakers, there's so many coming back, but there's one that I just needed. Let's go.
I almost forgot this. I don't know how I almost forgot it. But this pair, very special to me. My second pair of this silhouette ever. And it was a colorway that, like, back then it was just like, alright, I need a new pair of this. We're just going to do it. I grab it, and that's it. Didn't think too much of it. And gradually over time, they meant a lot to me. That's what we got on feet to pick them up. My new favourites. I feel like they're not one-to-one of the original from what I remember, but I still need them. So, let's go.
I can finally confirm that the cave stones are not grey, they're brown. It's funny, like,
even on feet shots, I saw of a girl that I follow. One looked grey, one looked brown, like in 2 different images. Bro, like, so many people. Imagine like you bought them thinking they were grey. I don't know, man. I don't mind them. I'm not mad at them. I don't need them. Like, nothing is rushing out that I need them. But this pair, let's suss them out, break it down, the differences. I'm going to have to do super deep dives to find like old images. I know I've got a couple of old images, but we'll just have to see. Whatever you're seeing next, that's what you're seeing. Let's go.
It's not the undefeateds. I wish it was the undefeateds. I mean, I would have grabbed these and the undefeateds, but this pair right here was actually the second pair of TNs I ever had. The first pair I had was the Carolina joints. Then I had these. And at that time, I was wearing a lot of TNs. I was wearing a lot of Nautica. I mean, I still wear Nautica. But I was getting into some mischief. I was making music for the first time and I had a digital camera. I'm assuming this was going to be like some sort of photo that I was going to have in the artwork when I was first working on stuff, which is like 2007. So this photo right here with these shoes, super cringe, but it's a memory. And it's the only photo I have with these shoes. But it is the Nike TN, the Air Max Plus. People call them blue quads. I've heard different things. I heard obsidian quads, all this type of stuff. I don't even know. Because back in the day, I used to just walk into Foot Locker. Whatever was dope, I would leave with that pair. And this just happened to be one of the pairs. They're so incredible, like in terms of what they're doing with the print, with everything like that. But here's the thing, like my memory of these being the OG at the time, which I can't even remember the date that they originally come. And where's my phone? I'll be back.
3 days later.
These are the turquoise quads, after referring to not my source, but TN Universe. It basically has an archive and shows you all the shoes and everything like that. And I will show original photos from the original pair from 2007. It made sense that they were in 2007, but it could have been like earlier than that. This was my theory because I used to wear a pair to death because I would only really have one good pair and like a few sort of beaters, you know what I mean? So my first mixtape was in 2007. These photos were around that time, so that's why I thought it was 2007. But if you have a look at this, compared to this, you can see the actual quad part. The printing's so much different. Like, they were bigger squares and everything like that. I don't know. They still look nice. I'm still stoked to have them. They're something, you know, triggers the nostalgia, the memory lane, everything like that. I just wish the quality was better, because QC's not great on them. Quality of materials aren't great. I mean, these aren't made in Vietnam anymore. The one thing I was curious about, because they used to have like a crazy design on the insole. I mean, the insole's glued in. You can see like there's a little bit of it where it's like the airbag. But back in the day, that was like a massive thing that showed the airbag in detail. Like the level of detail they used to put into these shoes when I first seen these in Sydney, I bought them. I'm not complaining to that extent, but the difference between the OG and these, like when I first saw these in Sydney, had I not been in a Foot Locker, one of the biggest Foot Lockers in Australia, I would have thought they were a fake pair. I'm going to be honest. The quality is that cheap on these. I would have thought it was a fake pair. Seeing them in hand, having them look, from a distance, they're exactly what I remember. Getting them up close, I start seeing things that are off, everything like that. And it's funny because back in the day, older dudes than me used to complain about this type of stuff. And I had no idea what they were talking about. But this is a pair that I know exactly what I'm talking about. Because I had them for so long. And I beat them. And I remember, like, these started to peel up, scratch the plastic. I think even, like, the midsole was crumbling by the time I'd been done with them. Because I was getting around doing crazy scallywag type misadventures with spray cans and everything like that. Like, I found this photo here, and it's got, I can see the TN shape, like that part there, in my shoe, but the picture quality back then wasn't as good, so I can't tell if it's this pair. I'm assuming it is, because I'm looking at the timeline, I'm looking at everything like that. I think it is that pair. Yeah, even like the way the midsole foam is cut around the air bubble, it's not great quality. Let's see the other one. I see all the time, and even when we did the Sean McDowell Q&A with Foot Locker, right? There was people going, can you send him back to Vietnam? Like, number one, he hasn't worked for Nike for a long time. Number two, it's not necessarily the fact that they're from Vietnam. That's just the time and the era. Like, it comes down to, like with anything, like with any of these sneakers, it comes down to if Nike wants to spend the money on the quality. With these, how many people are getting nostalgic about these like, say, they would with the Undefeateds? Like they would with the White Cements that dropped earlier this year. You know what I mean? They're focused on certain things, not so much on this. A lot of it is handled by Foot Locker. Maybe they have something to do with it. I don't know. But I'm stoked to have these back in the collection. They're going to be on feet tomorrow, 100%. But yeah, please, if we can do something about the quality. Maybe I should go to Vietnam. Maybe I should go to Vietnam next. I know what my next trip is. It's not Vietnam. But maybe I should go to Vietnam and get a fake pair of TNs from Vietnam, made in Vietnam, and see if the quality's there. That could be interesting. I don't know. But this has been another episode of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back every week with brand new content between here and the other channel. I know I said last week we've been quiet on the other channel. I'm kind of saying it again this week. I've been working my ass off though. There's definitely videos coming. I've been editing so many of the stockpiled travel videos, everything else, so I can have them out, so I can have them ready for you guys, so they can be consistent, because they take a lot more time than, say, these videos. These I've got down to a science. The travel videos, especially like in certain sketchy areas, some things YouTube just can't see. It is what it is. I've dabbled with trying to set up a Patreon and everything like that, but I kind of feel weird asking for people to pay for this, so it is what it is. We'll be back. All that type of cliche YouTube stuff. Share it around. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Peace. I like this new light, and I don't know where my other one is. There's some outtakes. One last thing, Foot Locker, if it is on you in terms of these shoes coming out, being re-retroed, everything like that, half sizes. I need half sizes. I need a 10.5. I bought a 10 for this just so I can have them, because I want them. I want them back in my collection. Something that I feel nostalgic about. But I need a 10.5, bro. Come on now. What do you reckon about the rubberized version? Changed my mind last minute. From the printed, went to a rubberized. I'm not mad at them. You might see them very soon. Stay tuned.